The traditional history of how crepes were created takes back us to Brittany, France in the 13th century, when a housewife dripped some porridge by accident in a flat iron cooktop inside a fireplace. The result turned out to be the first crepe or a crisp pancake. The most common ingredient for this was grown in Britain called buckwheat. And this ingredient's popularity grew exponentially, and soon more recipes were being created. The name crepe comes from the Latin crispus, that meant crisp, and then turned to ancient French when it turned to crepe. An interesting fact is that February the 2nd is commonly known as the Day of Crepes, that in France is known as Le Chandeleu, that means Return of the Light, and this celebration is meant for spring. The oldest recipe of the crepe turns back to the 14th century in a traditional cooking French book, and from now on, that dessert has turned to be a very important dessert in France and the entire world. As for the cost of the food, the price list is in US dollars and the values apply for 50 crepes or 50 units of crepe. These are the general prices that we got for all the crepe mixture, and these are 5 recipes downwards that determine 5 different crepes of the menu. These all have different prices, going from $2.50 to up to $5.75 per unit. The prices of basic services are shown here for a regular restaurant, as well as internet, cleaning and maintenance, and basic salary of workers. These are the costs of the decoration, utensils, and customer environment of CrepeCo, and there are 5 main aspects to consider: the refrigeration, including freezers and fridges; the cookingware, including a kitchen and oven; the kitchenware, including forks, knives, etc., tableware as for the customers, and mobiliary of all the environment. As for the customer environment, we investigated that the can of paint used for the walls is valued at $45. General decorations, including frames and other accessories, are at $400 approximately, and the whole flooring and entertainment valued at $3,000. Entertainment involves TVs and music. Prices for rental in Quito, especially for a food place such as the company we're creating, it goes from $1,000 and up above until $7,500 approximately. As for the permits a restaurant has to get a restaurant moving, the entrepreneur has to get 6 permissions. The first one is the RUC, or Registro Único de Contribuyentes, which works as a business mode to pay taxes. This works as to pay taxes as a company and not as an individual. And this also works to emit receipts and bills to report to the IRS. The second one is the LUAE, or Licencia Metropolitana Única para el Ejercicio de Actividades Económicas in Spanish, and this works for the Metropolitan District to know that you're starting a business of any economic activity. The third one is the Functionality Permit that is given by the Fire Department of the city. The Sanitary Permit given by the ARCSA that regulates the quality of the product sold. The RISE that gives you a corporative discount of 5% in tax payment and other benefits. And the last one is a municipal patent that has to be renewed every year in order to keep working.
So the ingredients that we will need are milk, flour, butter, 2 free-range eggs, baking powder, vanilla extract, sugar, Nutella, and strawberries. The first thing we need to do is to pour 2 cups of milk with 4 tablespoons of flour in a blender. We also have to crack 2 free-range eggs, put in half a teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of vanilla extract with 2 tablespoons of sugar into the mixture. The next thing we need to do is to blend and make sure that the mixture is even. The consistency should look like this. To get the pan ready, we need to melt a tablespoon of butter in all the surface for the mixture to slide freely. Let it melt completely.
When the butter is hot, we have to pour 2 spoon-level measures of mixture and flip the pan lightly to cover the surface. Wait a minute until the crepe bottom is brownish and flip it. Then you must cook it for another minute. In the hot crepe, spread the Nutella and then grab a plate and prepare it for serving. When out of the pan, distribute the strawberries by the size or in the middle if you want to roll it. The final product looks like this. For salty crepes, the only difference is to put in the mixture a tablespoon of salt instead of the sugar. You can use this to serve meat, cheese, or vegetables.